finally finished my patio makeover and I'm so excited to share it with you. I have some easy, affordable ways for you to refresh your patio for the summer, beat the heat, enjoy it, and create just a little oasis to be outside in your own home. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, it is your girl Jordan of Little Miss JB Style, your pear-shaped shorty style guru, sharing all things chic, not only in style but in life as well. So I am talking my patio. Unfortunately, I don't have like a really good before, but this is kind of what it looked like. A little bit empty, a little bit bare, a little shabby, a little sad, and I wanted to give it a refresh. I had it looking really cute some years back. If you haven't seen my video with my entire apartment tour, go ahead and check that out so you get an idea of what my patio did look like when it was at least in its, like, I don't know, its heyday, right? But I since kind of let it go to the wayside, was really outside and less on my patio. But this year, I really felt like I wanted to spend more time out there again. I feel like it was such a great getaway, such a great oasis, especially when COVID first hit, and I wanted to kind of recreate that and add a little bit more this time around. So that's what I'm sharing with you today. As always, you know I have those links for you in the description below. If there's something you're absolutely loving, you want to use, you want to recreate, don't worry, I link to the exact pieces, don't worry. But if there's a little mini project, maybe the lights, maybe the curtains that you want to try yourself, it's all down there below. So let's get into my patio makeover. First things first was to go ahead and get started with a little bit of maintenance. I already had some command hooks from my previous lights that I've hung, and also my boyfriend did this really cute kind of like beach night on my patio, and he hung his own command strips. So I'm gonna get rid of the command hooks that I know I will not be using. So these white ones are the ones that my boyfriend brought, and they were not made for the outdoors. And I say this because this is really important, because these were just out in the heat, getting melty, getting hot. They stuck very well, but now they stuck a little too well. So when I went to go pull the tabs broke, and I basically had to break the backing off just to get the adhesive off of the metal siding. Try and stick to the outdoor version of the command hooks. Like, the indoors will stick, but when you go to remove them, you'll break them, and that makes them unusable again without having to buy all new command hook stuff. Next up was repairing my day bed. This is from Wayfair. I've had this for 3 years already. So one of the sides got, I'm not sure if it was a little bit of water in it or if somebody accidentally jumped on it, but the sides actually split. So I didn't get a chance to film it, but I did wood glue together the parts that split on both sides. And then as you can see, I have the zip ties on there as well for extra security. So I'm just going back in and re-adding this back on. So unscrewing the screws and then screwing it back in. From there, because I didn't want the zip ties to hang out, I went ahead and just removed the excess zip ties, which also gave me a moment to tighten them up and make sure that they were really tight. And I decided to go ahead and add another zip tie situation just to make sure, again, it's really secure on top of the wood gluing so that this stays, because I'm just not ready to have to buy another piece. This was a couple of hundred. I think when I bought it on sale it was just under 400, so I really was not trying to buy another one of these until this thing broke. If you are finding this video even the least bit helpful, do me a quick favor, okay? Just hit that like button. That helps this video to reach even more people who are looking for some inspiration for their patio makeover. Next up, it was time to deep clean the outdoor furniture. While I love these ghost chairs and use them very often outside, the downside is they get really dirty actually really easily. I do not know what kind of rain gunk comes off of like the roofing, but the buildup on these clear chairs gets really nasty. So I decided to go ahead and bring it inside into my shower. I have a removable shower head, which made this so easy, and I just mix like a little bit of Dawn and bleach to go ahead and wipe it down. It's not super hard to clean, I will say, which is the really nice thing about the ghost chairs. But I did take a scrubby so I can get all the really hard to reach places. And again, doing it in the shower instead of using just like the Clorox wipes makes sure that I actually get the dirt off instead of just smearing it around, which I find the Clorox wipes tend to do really often. After that, it was time to clean the cushions from my daybed. So that's the one downside with the Wayfair daybed that I got, is while you can technically get the cushions out and wash the cover, and it washes really well, it is just so hard to get the covers back in. I accidentally broke the zipper to the big portion of this, so it doesn't close up all the way, which is kind of gross. So I will say, if you are looking to buy a new daybed, make sure that the covers are removable. It will just make your life so much easier. For like the back cushions, I just took those off and threw those in the washer, but this I decided to scrub by hand, and so I went in with a layer of spray and wash, then with some bleach and some Dawn, and as you can see, the stains are already starting to lift. So I will say the outdoor cover that they put on this, it's so durable, it cleans so easily. Like once you do get it clean, I love that, but just taking it off is such a hassle that this actually, even though it looks like a lot of work, is so much easier. And as you can see, it's already getting really clean, like I said. And once I keep it clean, I actually did go ahead and invest in a cover, which I'll show you at the end, to make sure that instead of me leaving it out on accident or when it rains and I just don't expect it getting dirty, I will be able to keep it clean much easier. Like, look at the difference of this already. Before I get into the rest of the makeover and the final result, which you saw a sneak peek at the beginning, I'm super curious, what is your patio situation? Do you have a patio? Is it big? Is it small? Do you have an actual backyard? You know, some grass? I'm curious if you're trying to I'm curious about your patio situation. Does it look similar to mine? I'm curious about your patio situation, so comment what it is below. Now it's time to set up the outside. All of my stuff finally came in. I got these solar powered lights to light up the outside of my patio. At first I thought I might want them to go all the way across the entire patio, but that's what I did the first time around, and honestly they kind of got in the way, and the really cutesy small lights that I had before actually didn't light very well, so I'm very excited to see how well these light up. I actually didn't get a chance to light them up before I got a chance to film, but this is what they look like. I already used the existing very small, very clear command hooks that were in place from when I first had lights that you saw earlier in the video to go ahead and just string these lights up. I love the sizing. These definitely feel really durable, and I think that these are gonna last a really long time, hoping that the solar panel actually works. A quick word of advice, make sure that you untangle the lights first. I assumed that because they came in the box they were going to be nice and easy to unravel. The joke was on me. I spent so much time having to re-unravel, so re-unravel them and make sure they're nice and organized first before you go up and start hanging up the lights, because that's going to save you a ton of time. But here's what they look like up. I really love them. I'm so excited. I think they go with the vibes, and for being under $50, yeah, a real find. Next is to finally hang the curtains. I'm so excited. So I got two very simple silver curtain rods. They're not very heavy. I just wanted something, again, very simple, kind of blending in with my silver siding. And then I got these clear command hooks that are made for the outdoors, very important. So go ahead and getting started. I, of course, unboxed the curtain rod, moving my daybed out of the way and my really tall stepladder. I'm going to go ahead and clean off the siding where I plan to place the command hooks. This is very important. Make sure that it's clean. It takes 2 seconds to wipe it down, so that way it really sticks and it can be adhesive through all the different elements. Then I went ahead and put the adhesives on the command hooks. Make sure you pay attention to which side is actually for the command hook and which side is actually for the wall. Again, this is really important because the wall side is designed to withstand the elements, so please don't mess this up. But thankfully command does give you some extra ones in there if you do. From there, I go ahead and just use the curtain to measure out exactly how long I want it to be. The downside with the setup that I have, at least the way that I want it in my mind, is that the sun doesn't actually come completely overhead. It kind of is more in front of my patio. So I wanted to make sure that the way that the curtains would sit wouldn't overlap too much with the lights, but would still provide some coverage for the daybed, so that I could have, again, just some level of shade for the sunnier days when I want to be up here working. Then I just went ahead and placed the command hooks exactly how far apart I wanted them to be, to make sure, again, that I just had that complete coverage over the daybed. And of course, I rinsed and repeated, did the same exact thing on the other side, so wiping down the siding, adding the command hooks. And what you can't see is that I actually used a level to make sure that I had the command hooks in the exact same spot on the opposite side. So that's a good way if you don't want to like use string, or if you're trying to figure out how to make sure that they are across from each other in the same place without having to measure. level is just a really great easy way to do that. Now for the exciting part, actually hanging the curtains. Again, I got these cream beautiful ones on Amazon. They were inexpensive. I got 2 for under $40. These are over 8 feet because my patio itself is 8 feet, so I wanted to make sure I had enough material, so I went for the 108 length. I will say when you see it finally set up, it's a little bit long, but I'm not sad. So you can see I'm putting it onto the curtain rod, then I'm going to hang the curtain rod, and then I actually found out that the other side of the curtains could also be placed in a curtain rod, which I thought was like so cool, so exciting. But the downside, as you can see, the final product, it actually hangs a little bit low. And the other thing is, because my patio turns into a wind tunnel, literally like a couple of minutes after I put this up and was just so excited to kind of see the final look go together, the wind legit just lifted the curtains and the curtain rods from the command hooks. Because of that, I actually went back and got a heavier curtain rod just for the one side on the side of the daybed, because I knew with all that excess material, having a curtain rod on both sides just wasn't a good option. So I found this beautiful black one. It's definitely a little bit heavier, which I love. So I went ahead and swapped that out. Then I bought these magnets because, again, my siding is metal. So I bought these thinner square magnets. So when I go and put up my curtains on the side of the daybed, I actually will go ahead and sneak in those thicker magnets on either end between the rod and the curtain itself and the siding. So it will actually stick to the siding as well and help to weigh down not just the curtain rod, because the curtain rod is also metal, but the fabric and the curtain itself. So this really helped the side on the side of the daybed to not fly away. Then on the opposite side, I actually went and found these a little more industrial magnets. These have a 25-pound lift and they're circular in silver. I figured this would blend in really well on the opposite side because, as you saw, there was just so much excess fabric. So this makes it really simple. I actually don't even need the command hooks on the other side. I might take them down, but I just place one magnet in the middle, and then I go ahead and place that magnet on either side. So here is what the final product looks like, and this helps it stay in place so much better. And then another really sneaky thing, here's the final product of the patio overall, is if you are still having trouble, especially on the curtain rod side, you can sneak in like old batteries, and that will help to weigh it down as well. So here is the final product. These are the vibes. The round table is actually from Target. I've had this for a long time. I bought this when I first kind of did my patio. I love that it folds up so I can easily move it around, take it inside, whatever. The Pouf caught my eye while I was at TJ Maxx, and I really was wanting a way to prop up my feet, so I really love that this adds some pattern, some color similar to the inside of my apartment. And you've seen the ghost chairs and the Target fireplace I also bought when I first kind of did the patio. The pillows are also from TJ Maxx. Couldn't help it, wanted to add a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more fun. And I just love this patio makeover. And when I'm done, what I did decide to do is actually get some covers for everything. So I have a cover not only for the fireplace, but I can take down my curtains, put my poofs up and the pillows, because honestly, like, I'm not joking when I say this place turns into a wind tunnel. And everything fits easily on my daybed, and I can go ahead and cover it with this easy Amazon cover. I love it. It keeps everything nice and dry and clean, so I do not have to worry about bringing everything inside whenever it rains, or of course in winter. That is it, my patio makeover. I spent less than $100 to do all of this, and again, it was really simple, really easy, and I did even invest in some patio covers as well. That's how you know you've hit adulthood. Not only is it cute, but you bought things to protect the cute stuff you just bought. Adulting. So I'm very excited, and I hope that you found this useful. I hope it gave you some ideas, especially if you're struggling with being higher up, the windiness, the curtains, trying to get them to stay. I hope my magnet idea was very helpful for you. And you just, of course, got some inspiration where to find some pieces, how to marry kind of the neutrals with some fun pop of color, and all of that. So thank you for watching all the way to the end. I hope that I gave you some inspiration. You found some easy ways to tackle these projects, because that's what I'm here for. I just want to make your life a little bit easier as you are working so hard to manifest all the things you deserve, that soft life, the money, the bags, girl. I want you to get it. I want you to get it in style, and I hope that I have given you ways to get there a little bit quicker and make that journey a little bit easier for you. So thank you again, and I will see you in a couple of days. Bye.